Grand Rising, Supreme Rising, beautiful souls. Supreme Rising. Wow. I'm always, as of lately, rising with a renewed sense of understanding of self. And when I have these feelings, it's so interesting. I'm eager to share it with you all. Supreme Rising, Alpha Love 333. Supreme Rising. I'm eager to share it with you all. I came to the understanding, and I'm still growing into this understanding, but I came into this understanding that we are enough. And I am now constantly reminding you that you are enough. The illusion that is presented around us, the duality, the highs, the lows, the ins, and the outs, it's there for us to make choices, right? It's there to send different types of messages. But at the end of the day, it's there to make choices because we are in the dimension of free will and the dimension that houses and encapsulates duality. So what I am learning or relearning or becoming reacquainted with is that it has always been choosing. Grand Rising, Frankie. Grand Rising, Supreme Rising. It has always been a choice. But the way that it has been presented to us in terms of going to school, the indoctrinations, conversations, lineage, inheritance of behaviors, it alluded that we didn't have much of a choice when we always had a choice. And what made it the way that it is that we started to make choices outside of ourselves. And that took us more away from the true choices that is designed with our free will that we probably should have made. So if we just came to an understanding that everything is a choice, then the responsibility and the accountability would be on you as to what it is that you decide to choose of yourself. What I'm coming to an understanding with the knowledge of self and the power that governs it is that it has always been a choice. It is not what they tell you. It is what you choose that is of yourself. So if you decide from the powers, the true powers that are within you that supports it, that will execute it, if you made the choice to be that you want to be, then what they say to you becomes irrelevant. It is only when you decide to make the choice by someone else's initiation, suggestion, illusion, deception, manipulation, and you decide to choose to move within those energies, it is still a choice. And at a much deeper cosmic level, even all of the atrocities that we may experience in this illusionary expression of our being, it is a choice. The consistent thing throughout all of this is that free will cannot be taken away from you. It cannot be violated. But the manipulation, the deception, can definitely be implemented to sway you one way or the other. But at the end of the day, it is always a choice. A choice to go to war, a choice to be in war, equally a choice not to go to war, or a choice not to be in war. And if we understand that the physical manifestation that is brought into this reality, into this realm, into the material aspect of being, starts with the thought, and still the electro aspect of the thought being manifested into a choice, then we would choose differently from that of which we do not want to experience. So we have to ask ourselves, what would we choose that of ourselves? What would we choose that runs in the alignment of the truth of your being? What would you choose? When you didn't want to go to school that day, and you felt it in your being that you did not want to go to school, that something about it didn't feel right, but you went because of lineage, indoctrination, and what came along with that parenting because of choices. Because we have to remember that we are our ancestors. Our ancestors live within us. And everything that has gotten us to this point has been because of choices. So what do you choose in your now moment? What are you choosing within that of yourself? Are you moving from your truth and making choices from your energetic truth? Or are you moving from a truth, from choices that was made outside of yourself from others? Because even if you are, you're still making a choice to move by someone else's choices. This is why it is always imperative, and I'm always going to push the knowledge of self, the knowing of thyself. The true truth that dwells within at a soul level to the core of your being. What is that truth? So that you can make the true choice that runs in alignment to the truth of who you are, and be able to make that choice not in the fear or the energetic aspect of fear. At the core of our being, many of us are benevolent beings. Beings that are of righteousness. And when that soul level aspect of our being kicks in, do we listen? Do we listen to what is inwardly telling us this is not it? Remember, a lot of what we see around us has solely been governed by deception and manipulation. But because free will cannot be violated, we have made the choice to be a part of those manipulations and those deceptions. Because we moved from an external value through indoctrination, through lineage, and not move from within. The truth, the real true truth that dwells within the core of our being. So this is why now I stand in my I am presence. I stand in my truth. I stand in my knowing. I constantly inundate myself with the words and the energy and the knowledge of my being. I am genius. I am love. I am abundance. I am opulence. I am that I am. I am one with self. I am the master of self. I move now energetically in my own accord. I am not influenced by nobody else's decision but that of my own. The greatest example of that is when this pandemic came out, and there was something that was reeking within my being at a soul level that I was not on board. No matter how much was threatened, no matter how much they decided that the privileges were going to be affected, I made a choice to move from that knowing that is within me. So we choose to believe in the things that we want to believe in. We choose to believe in the things that we hear that we do not want to exist. We choose to give life and power to things that we do not want to exist. And we can easily choose to move in accordance to the things that we want to see, because that option in the duality of this realm is available to us through free will. Know thyself. You are high level, not eye level. And the true knowledge of self, by moving in your own accord without any external influences, will more likely than not allow you to make the choices that are in alignment with your being. Choices. So what do you choose of yourself? Who are you at the core of your being? Only the knowledge of thyself can tell you who you are. No external value, no matter how much in his story that they try to bestow upon you, what is your story? Because the only story that truly matters is the story of the truth and the knowing of thyself that allows you to make the choices that are in alignment of you in this waking life, in your physical and material expression of being and thyself. And until we get the energetic aspect and the understanding and the knowing and the moving from that knowing without fear, we are always going to speak on external things that are not true to who we are, and move by other entities and energies projection that are not of our own. Move in your power. Move in your truth. It has always been a choice. And it will always be a choice. So choose who governs your being in this physical expression, in this now moment. Is it going to be you of thyself? Or is it going to represent a false sense of truth because you are moving and making a choice to move by someone else's? You are the power. You have always been the power. You will always be the power. You are high level, not eye level. You are one with self. You are a beautiful expression of the all-knowing. You possess an internal power that you can either execute for you or execute for the false sense of you through others' ideals of you and false representation of who you are. The power, the true power, is the knowledge of self. There will never be a war if there is no war within you. There will never be a famine if there's no famine within you. There will never be poverty if you are not impoverished in your state of mind, in your state of being. They tell you it's war. You have to believe that it is. They tell you it's famine. You have to believe that it is. They tell you you're poor. You have to believe that you are. They tell you that you are a second-class citizen. You have to believe that you are. And when you move in accordance to external and you decide to choose to make the choice to believe in that, then thus it shall be. Because you are the power. The deeper aspect of your being, the power that is within you facilitates that of who you are. Whether it's the truth of you at the core of your being, or it's the false sense of truth by external beliefs outside of thyself. A choice. It has always been a choice. So what do you choose of yourself? Is it that simple? It is. It has always been that simple. But we lost faith in ourselves by allowing ourselves to move in a projected energy that was not of our own. But we chose to dwell in those energies because we knew not of thyself. The power and the knowledge of thyself is the true power, and the choices that we make of thyself, from thyself, within thyself. That is the true you, moving closer to the absolute aspect of your being and your knowing at a soul level in this physical expression, in this now moment. You are a genius. You are a beautiful soul. You are love. You are not evil. You are not all of these heinous things that we've been told that we are, and that we made a choice to believe, and thus it became. You are greater than any lie that you have ever been told. So with that being said, fam, I'm going to end here. I love you all immensely. You are a beautiful expression of the all-knowing. You are greater than any lie that has ever been told to you. You are greater than your trauma. You are opulent. You are abundance. You are the power. You have always been the power, and you will always be the power. You are love. You are compassion. You are strength. You are righteousness. You are a warrior. You are a beautiful expression of the all-knowing. And because I know that of you, I will always salute to the divinity within you, and I will always see you in your highness, because I know that it exists. Peace be unto you all. I love you, and I should talk with you guys later. Love you guys. Later.